God damn, I look fucking good. Hi there. Good evening, everybody. I like this better. Nah, we'll leave it on. Miranda, Miranda. All right, baby. Good evening, boys and girls, vamps and vixens, ghouls and goblins, and everybody in between. Oh, I see Daddy's on. Hi, Daddy. We're waiting for Miranda. I love that name, Miranda. That's one of my actual favorite M names, aside from my own. I sent an invite to her. Let's see what happens. Hopefully she gets it. Let's see. Let's see. My hair looks real fucking cute today, people. I'm loving my hair today. All right, boo. Miranda. Oh, hell the fuck you're not. Oh, yes, you are. Okay, let's try this again. Let's go. The invite was sent. Miranda. I'm gonna say it the way it should be said. Miranda, not Miranda. Miranda. It's a beautiful name. Sent you the invite again. Log on, baby. Let's go. I'm itching for this. I am craving for this. I'm excited for this. And it's actually our official way of meeting. So let's make it happen, baby. Let's go. Now, for those of you who are wondering, what is it about? What am I doing? In honor of International Women's Month, I feel that I, as a female, should show support to other females who may not get the support, recognition, respect that you deserve. So I decided to use this platform in a supportive way. So let's see what's going on, because I'm trying to get Miranda and she's not able to join it. I don't fucking know why. Let's see. Please stand by. We're having technical difficulties at the moment. I apologize. So, as I work, there you are, Miranda, cariño. Accept the invite, baby girl. Let's go. Let's do this. I'm itching to do this. I thought of nothing of this. Well, aside from Dick, but you know what I'm saying. Let's get this done, baby. Yeah, since you the invite, so you should accept, my love. Accept. To go boop and accept. So, as I work, my platform, I want to use it to support other females who may not get the support that they need. I see too much, a lot of negativity out there amongst each other from other people, and you know what? I don't want to participate. I want to actually do something good with this. Why is it? Okay, all right. As I was saying, I want to be able to do something good with this. So here we go. Accept. All right, baby, I sent it. There you are.
Hey.
Yes. Oh my God, look at
Hey.
it. Let me see that. Oh shit. Let me see. Let me read.
Oh, yeah.
Little further. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Yeah. Look at those. I got some too. See? You want to see? Look at you.
Hilarious.
Oh my God, how gorgeous. Look at you.
Thanks.
Without even trying, seriously. Beautiful. And I mean that in a serious way. I'm not trying to kiss anyone's
Thank
ass.
you.
My husband's 20. See what he says? He's just getting interesting.
I've
You know,
spent the last 15 minutes just running around, so well, the only thing I did, I was like, oh shit, it's time. And that was all I've done. So
you
this I have to do.
it's all good. Listen, no worries. No worries. I'm like that too. As you probably might have guessed, my ADHD-ness and my memes about ADHD. Listen, I'm like, oh shit. So I will take a whole day just to get ready for one thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It is what it's.
Yeah.
Look who's here. Mama Goddess is here. Hi, Mama. Oh, wait. Let me wave. Holla. Let me see. Wave properly. There you go. Oh, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I do what I do, for support people. Truly, support.
Yeah.
Support can be free 99. Truly, I mean, it's good when it's, 199, but still, to do things like this, to show support, especially in International Women's Month, today, all year, doesn't matter. Support each other. We have, as females, we have a lot going on as it is.
Yeah.
Against, don't add to it, subtract me in a nutshell. Oh, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this is my darling new IG friend, and eventual best person, Miranda Jane Watts, Wyatt. And Miranda, tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from and the good stuff.
Okay. How much time do you have?
Go ahead. It's 30 minutes, please.
Okay.
Go ahead. All ears.
So basically what I do is I've been a women's life coach for a few years now, and I did a few different things, a few different niches, and here lately I have decided to settle on something that comes most naturally to me, which is a mindset that allows you to come out on top of situations that you need to come out on top of, and to be successful, and to get around obstacles, and to get around barriers, to get around people who are trying to give you problems and not letting you do things you need to do. And that can be everyday stuff. It can be social situations, a business situation, anything. And I call it dark femme mentality because it's a way of making sure that things work around you all the time, and you don't end up feeling like you're on the bottom of life, or feeling like you're a loser, or you can't do things right, or you don't have confidence to pursue things, or you don't know how to do things and how to manage situations so that you can get what you need or what you want from it. And I know that to a lot of people, some of the stuff I say might sound a bit borderline manipulative. It's not my intention to manipulate or hurt people or use things against them. It's not that. But what I mean when I teach is that I teach women how to build a good reputation for themselves so that they can get what they need from people, like networking. And you make friends with the right people. You get in with the right people. Today I was talking to somebody about a job interview, and I said, look, when you go in there, you need to make sure that you know everything you can about that company, their background, who's there, their mission, their goal, what it is they want truly. If they want to make money, if that's the point, then you get in there and do everything you can do to talk about sales and make yourself sound as sales professional as possible. And you just do what you need to do in the interview just to get your foot in the door. If you don't really know what you're talking about, it's okay. Once you just hired and you're finally in, you can start to learn it anyway. So it's like you're squared away one way or another. Do you know what I mean? And it's a lot of things I've done throughout my life, in a lot of different situations where I've had to really outthink somebody, or I've had to do things a certain way. I guess to put it short, I should say this. It's how you justify a means to an end. And if you've got to accomplish something, or you've got to do something, and you just have to do it, it's got to get done, you just sit down and say, okay, how am I going to make this happen? What's it going to take for me to do this? What do I need to know? What do I need to do? How do I need to act? What do I need to say? And it's things like that to help you just get through a situation and get yourself squared away, and just check it off your list and go to bed at night knowing that you got it done, and you got what you needed, and the job is done, and you're good, and you can sleep and rest easy. And I do a lot of videos, I do a lot of reels, and I do a lot of posts and stuff like that, because since it is kind of a broad topic, it's hard for me to narrow that down into one sentence when I'm explaining it to people. I do have a business coach right now. I have a phone call with her coming up in a little while, so she's probably going to help me communicate those things better. So I'm excited about that because she's unbelievable, and I can't wait to have my one-on-one time with her. But basically, it's how to think outside the box and think in a way and have a mentality that is always going to protect you and have you come out on top of situations that you really need to come out on top of and be on your A game as often as possible. So I know that was a lot, but that's it pretty much.
So my question too is, and you probably get this, I know I have as well. What's a dark femme? And is it a villain? Is it someone who
I'm sure for many people's stories I'm the villain. I know for a fact I probably am, but say love me.
People don't send for me. I see a difference between the dark femme and a villain, if that makes any sense. People think they're intertwined. To me, they can be, but not all. In my personal experience and just from my observation overall, a lot of people they have certain ideas or misconceptions. What's a dark femme, and what's the biggest misconception about the dark femme? Tell us.
So what she is she is a woman who lets the dark goddess in the center of creation travel through her and live through her and set an example through her. And you set an example in this world of what it looks like to be in control and what it looks like to be at the center of life and have everything around you just kind of like the players in the play.
Right.
And you see things as things that are working out for you and that can and will be set up to work out in your favor, whether it looks that way at first or not, because a lot of people like have downfalls or they get fired or something goes wrong and they're like, oh damn, I can't believe that happened. What a tragedy. Now what do I do? And they're talking about what a tragedy, when really they need to be saying, well shit, I've got all this free time now, I can fill it in with whatever I want. I can fill it in with something better. It's a void now, and the void is eternal. It's always there to remind you that you can put whatever you want into it and fill it with anything. And once it's there, it's an opportunity for you to put something better in there that wasn't there before. So you can get fired from one job, and that's all fine and well if you want to be upset about it, get it out of your system. But really what you can do now is turn around and find something better, or find a way to build a business on your passion or whatever that is, because that has created an emptiness in your life where you can really just start to plug in what you want instead of another bullshit job that you really hate. And
preach,
things like that. Yeah, right. Yeah. And I had to do that many times, so I know how that feels. And the dark femme knows that things in her life work for her if she comes at it from the right direction instead of like a woe is me type attitude. It's more like, well, shit, how can I make this work for me is what it is. I guess if I had to boil it down to that, to like one thing or one kind of attitude to describe it, would be, how can I make this work in my favor? And you just say, well, shit, I'll just sit down and brainstorm and come up with something better. And it teaches you, this kind of lifestyle makes you train your brain to really think about things on a deeper level so that you can always help yourself instead of just like looking at shit on the surface and being like, well, hell, this has happened. I guess I'm screwed. And a lot of people will just sit there and like simmer in it when really you need to stop and think, no. This could be better. I can make this work for me. How can I make this work for me? And you put yourself to work, and now you're a problem solver instead of somebody who's just sitting there, with their thumb up their ass, not knowing what to do. So that's what it is. And and the confusion lies in the idea right now that's like spreading around, especially because of TikTok and stuff, is the dark femme label has been put on all these young girls who are more interested in, I wouldn't say it's terrible, but it's just not stable, but they're more interested in getting men to just pay for everything for as long as possible indefinitely, without having to marry them or without worrying about them on a deeper level as a person or anything like that. And I can appreciate some stuff that Shara Seven says, like her stuff about spirituality and stuff is good, I know that she's getting popular, but there's a lot of stuff that she says. I don't have any hate for her. It's not that, but there's a lot of things she says that I don't feel good about because it's not stable. You know, if some young girl says, well, damn, I'm not going to work, somebody's going to pay for my next meal come hell or glory. And that, if you refuse to help yourself and refuse to support yourself and say, well, which man, I'll go to the highest bidder. Who's going to pay for my spaghetti tonight? It's got to be somebody, because damned if I pay for it. You know, and that's not, I don't feel like that's the way to go. I feel that that is unstable and it's unreliable and it's not a long-term plan at all. It's cute, but we've got 30 and 40-year-old women that can't, they don't have the damn patience or the time for that. We need something solid, something that matters and something that makes sense and something that will have you covered in the long run, which is why I'm so interested in women being entrepreneurs and running their own business and having their own thing online and making money like without a cap. You know, I mean, or if they want to go and do a job, you know, then fine. As long as it pays good and you can stand to do it, then do that. But I would rather than be, you know, independent instead of not having any skills, being that young, not having any skills, not having any life experience, so they don't really know that much simply because of their age, and then they're just at the mercy of whichever man will entertain them for a little while to take them out, you know, buy them a pair of shoes and take them to some Italian restaurant for a few nights, you know, and then he drops off the map, and then you got to find somebody else to fill that spot because you don't want to go to work, you don't want to do your own thing or support yourself, and I just don't think that that's the right thing. And to me, the girls who do that are a bit femme fatale, which is the term I use, because a femme fatale is a woman who does things like that but is even worse, like takes advantage of people, steps on people. A femme fatale is a woman who looks like she's a good time. She'll go home with somebody, he's going to have a good time, and he'll have the night of his life, and that's all fine and well. But when he wakes up in the morning, his wallet and his keys and his phone are gone. And she's trouble. And there's some women like that just, they don't know any better, and they make poor choices because they don't know any better. And they just leave a wake of shit, you know, behind them. And it's not, and they do that, you know, they'll do that. Oh, well, let's see who's going to entertain me tonight. You know, where can I get my next whatever? And I don't think that's good or healthy or stable. And I think it'll get you in a lot of trouble. And
it might be
because there's
like for the first time around, but after a while, it sounds like you're playing fire.
Yeah, you're playing Russian roulette, because a lot of these guys, you know, there's men with money who will entertain you for a bit, but but you don't know what they're going to be expecting in return. And it's not just getting in your clothes. If you go to his house or something and he bolts the door shut or something like that, and you're just all because you wanted to go to some fancy restaurant, and now you're paying the price, and it's like, I'd rather you be independent to where you don't have to do that and don't have to go after someone else's money.
I know someone who met someone online. They had a little friendship online, and now my understanding is that this person got their plane trip ticket to Europe. And the person took advantage. Okay. Went to Europe, apparently had a ball for her.
Yeah.
Miracle, she came back alive in one piece. That's all I'm going to say. Because that's playing fire. I saw pictures and went, not hating. Listen, I'm not hating.
Right.
But you're playing Russian roulette with that.
Yeah.
That you came alive, you came back alive in one piece.
Yeah.
Safe, not attacked, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Because with all that money that they're willing to spend on you, the ones that do have it, you don't know what their intentions are behind it, because they lie so much. And there's no, they can, I mean, it's just not worth it. That's not an investment to me. And so I'm very, very interested in women being as independent as possible. If you know, with all that influence around them, oh, well, just get some boyfriend to pay for it. Well, no, just, you need to have yourself covered so that you don't have to worry about somebody else coming in and rescuing you. Just have yourself covered, and then everything else is just extra. And you can just enjoy it. And that way you're not so desperate to get someone else to just buy your next meal or buy your next outfit, when you can do that yourself, and the boyfriend is just whatever. You know, it's like, so to me, the femme fatale is more in that direction, but even more negative because she has bad intentions because she, and those women don't know any better. They know what they're doing, but they don't at the same time because a lot of those women came from, rough environments growing up and they just simply don't know any better. So really they need help.
Right.
But that versus dark feminine does not step on people or look around in desperation to say, well, I'm not going to help myself, damn it. Somebody else better do it. And I just don't agree with that. I advise them to learn how to fix things in the home, learn how to do domestic tasks and skills like sewing, canning vegetables, repairing holes in walls, working on the toilet a little bit maybe, and just things like that, women a long time ago would say, oh, I got to get a man to do that. I don't know how to, well, not the sewing part, but, the other stuff. And there have been lots of times when I did like minor home repairs, especially in places we rented and I didn't say nothing. And like I did it and nobody said a motherfucking word. But I got by with it. No one's, but because shit happens. Sometimes you just got to fix something and move on.
Right.
And it's better, it's better to just be able to do that without having to get other people involved to muck it up. So it's there's a lot to it because it is a lifestyle. There's a lot. Like I could write volumes on this, but basically it's you making sure that it's you having the mentality to cover your ass and make sure you're all right, no matter what kind of situation you're in. But we still have friends, we still have relatives, we still have people we love. We have all those real relationships with the people that are important in our lives. All that stuff is still there. We're still, operating like normal adults. But for things that can help you get ahead, networking, getting a job at a certain place, things like that. For situations like that, you have to come at it with a more business-like mindset. So that number one, you don't get emotionally involved because that will distract you, and also, and also so that you can stay on top of it and just get the benefits of it instead of looking for more than what may be offered. Because in this week's membership video I'm doing is going to be about how to get. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Tell us about that. I was about the next question about your youth switcher. Please share more about that in depth. I want to hear about this.
Yeah. Well, I think it was last week's video. It was last week's membership video. I did, I told them about the reason you need closure with somebody in a lot of times is because you gave so much more than they did. And the problem with that is that you didn't cut yourself a break by just coming at it from a business-like point of view, and instead you let yourself get emotionally involved, which is difficult for women to avoid anyway because we care so much about people. But
yep.
Sometimes just to spare yourself the grief with some things, you just have to be careful, just tread lightly, and as much as you want to just like lose yourself in it or whatever, sometimes you just have to be careful and not do that right away because a lot of times you don't know who you're dealing with. A business partner, somebody at work, a neighbor who claims they're going to help you with something. That's all fine and well, but just don't get too desperate about it until you've gotten to know this person and you know what their deal is and what their intentions are and shit like that. Because it's easy to get lost in the gratitude and the excitement and everything else that comes along with somebody being nice to you or helping you or coming into your life and it's a new exciting thing, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But so the closure is what you need when you gave so much and you're realizing that person didn't. You're like, wait a minute, I got something else I gotta say to you, motherfucker. I'm not done here. And that's and that's when you've given so much and they clearly are just gonna go lottie fucking da with the rest of their life like it never happened. And a lot of them do. Yeah.
And there's some people who unfortunately friendship wise who I don't have the closure, so I have to have my own sense of closure because I'm never going to agency again for agency reasons. Mistakes were made, but you know what? For a while, I'm like, I would almost mourn the breakup of the friendship.
Mm-hmm.
But, I'm not getting.
And that's normal. Yeah.
Clearly, they don't care.
Yeah.
So you know what? I have that closure.
Mm-hmm.
That's the closure I'm going to get. My own.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Pieces.
That's right. Yeah. Peace. It's been nice. It's been real. Yeah. pretty much. And that way it just, it gives you a break, and it cuts you free from sitting there thinking about it and marinating in it, talking about, because women are they always want to know why something happened or why someone did something. How could that person have done that to
Yeah.
me? Why did they do that? Why did they, and you can't,
Yeah.
it's natural to ask those questions, and that's normal, but you can't sit there and just say why all day long, because that person's never going to explain themselves, because they're a fucking idiot anyway. And you can't
Louder.
ruminate in that. Yeah, you can't just obsess over that, because you're never going to have that answer. And women ask themselves questions that they may or may not get answers to about something. And really what you need to be thinking about is what your next move needs to be, so that it doesn't happen again. And also, what you learned about yourself, like maybe a weakness, or something that, maybe you've got low confidence or something. You didn't have good boundaries, and that person took advantage of it. Now you gotta work on yourself. So then all that turns into is a sign or a lesson. And you can still hate them if you want to, like, that'd be your choice. But to not waste so much energy doing that and like trying to figure them out, because you're never gonna figure them out, because they're stupid. And you have to shift your focus from why to what can I do next, and make it about you instead of about them.
Self-preservation.
And yeah.
Sounds like self-preservation. Learn the lesson, then lesson learned, and then move forward. When I get younger, older, keep it pushing. Stop warning. I mean, it is hard, especially if you invested so much, so many years in a relationship of any kind. Yeah. And then for ABC to happen, it's like, what the fuck? Why? Yeah. But either way, learn. You live and you learn. Again, every time you feel, you start reminiscing unintentional, or you feel like somebody reminds you of something, let them, mourn it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Spend 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I like pushing. And
when you do that, when you start the reminiscing and you start to really slip into that again, it makes your nervous system relive all of that. Oh. And you can't just let it out of your body. Yeah. And I've done a lot of that work too, with people who just couldn't let go of something, and women especially hold that anguish in their bodies and in a lot of different places. And it's different for everybody, but your body, it really and truly is your temple. And for it to be the way that it needs to be, so that the goddess can live inside and be happy in there, you've got to maintain the upkeep and the health of that structure. And that includes the nervous system, and doing things like leveling out the vagus nerve, and doing what do you call it, detoxes and stuff like that. I got a detox tea right here. Look at this big ass cup. Look. Look.
Click.
I got that for like $4 at TJ Maxx years ago.
Oh, I love
this shit.
Black cat. Oh, yeah. I love that. Yes, love you. This one here, this says, well, I don't know if you see it like this, but this one says, I adore you and love every part of you, especially your butt. I love your butt. My husband gave that to me. You see?
It's hilarious. Yeah. Nestled in there. That's funny.
That's why we're still here.
Yeah. But so that's the general idea of the kind of stuff I teach. So what I'm trying to do is have a better way of like presenting it online, so that when people find me, they can see exactly what it is I'm talking about. So after I talk to this business coach, which I cannot wait to do, we're scheduled for Monday. I want her to help me develop a better way of communicating, so I can be more pinpoint, and so I can have like a way to boil down everything that I've said, because with it being a lifestyle, it's hard to like put it into one little phrase, and I think after I talk to her, I'm going to have all that narrowed down really well. So I'm excited about that. But basically that's what I do is teach women how to have a better mindset, where when they go into something, they say, I'm going to protect myself. I'm going to be all right coming into this. I'm going to be all right coming out of it. And if I need something, I'm going to get it one way or another. And I'm going to not just survive, but thrive, basically. That's what it is.
Not just survive. That should be a hashtag. That should be a t-shirt. Not just, not just, thrive, but survive. Not just survive and thrive. Either or, could go either way. I love that.
You're right, actually. I may have just said what I needed to say, yeah. You might be right about that. That's probably going to go in my bio.
For real, literally, just hashtag.
right. Yeah. 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 I get the best ideas when I talk to other people. I swear. I do this a lot. I do it in my membership too. Like when I record my videos and I talk to them, I'll say something. I'll be like, damn, that sounds good. I got to write that down. And I have a notebook right here where I write down shit all the time that I think of when I'm telling people stuff, because if I don't, I'll forget. But it's like when my brain is like free flowing.
Yep, I write everything in
Yeah.
here.
Oh, yeah. 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 Yeah.
It's not, it's gone already. That's how I work. I have to. It helps
Right.
remind
Yeah. I have to.
wherever it is, helps me backtrack to it. I'll lose the thought, but then I go
Mhm.
back, boom, it comes back.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Um, for dark femme, like, who would you say that you know, either personally or maybe a celebrity or whoever, any type of contact, like anyone you may know who you would say who is like the exemplary definition of a feminist? I have my idea, and I'll tell you in a second, but you go first. Like, who do you know, anyone personally, or you work with, or maybe even a celebrity, perhaps, whoever you may know personally or not, who you would say is an example of a dark femme?
Um, Personally, I would like to put you on that list,
Oh,
because you're smart like that. Yeah.
thank you.
And a Patience, I want to put her on that list.
Hello.
I'm trying. Yeah. 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 I'm trying to, who else do I know? I've got a couple of friends. I have a couple of friends who are leaning in that direction. They're making their way. I definitely have a couple of clients who are gaining ground. I won't say their names, but shout out if y'all see this. And for celebrities, I want to say Rihanna comes to mind because of her expressions, like
Her eyes
the way that she looks when people talk to her.
beautiful. She has a nice European
Yeah,
color mix.
yeah.
Her eyes stunning. Like, I could see that as Catwoman.
Mm.
Development, when she, whenever she, in her shape, I could see that. I don't care black. I don't give a damn about the whole. Doesn't matter to me. Catwoman is not just a complexion. She's a being. She's a life. She
Yeah,
is a character
yeah,
who can be real.
yeah,
I mean, of course, that is fiction aspect, of course, but that mentality to me, and I agree with you, definitely, I would say that's considered a dark friend, not just
yeah,
in the appearance, but overall. She's a survivor,
yeah,
and she's beautiful. She'd kick her ass. On top of that,
yeah, yeah.
so
But when I think of her, the first thing that comes to mind is the look on her face sometimes, like when she sees shit she doesn't approve of, she's like,
yes,
I love that. Like, I love that. And I would also say Eartha Kitt is a very good example of that. She's unbelievable. Yeah.
phenomenal.
Who else? I'm trying to think of somebody more modern. I'm not good at keeping up with celebrities that much, so it's hard for me to think of somebody. But they have the vibe, and that's whatever you want to imagine it as. But that spark, they have it. So if I think of somebody else, I'll mention it. But so far, those are the only two that come to mind right away. But definitely, it would be somebody who walks into the room and everybody looks, and then they can't take their eyes away. And you don't have to. And women like that, when they come into the room, they don't have to be loud. They don't have to, be in a bikini or whatever. It doesn't have to be any of that. It's a subtle thing that you do, but it's the way you carry yourself and the way you are around people. You're sure of yourself, and you're sure of what you want, and you're sure of what you're going to get, and you're sure that you're going to have a good time. You're sure that you're going to enjoy yourself, and you're sure that this shit revolves around you. And it's not selfish, because the dark feminine, right? Yeah, the dark feminine is at the center of the universe anyway. Every human, before they're born, every fetus starts out as a XX chromosome. So everybody's a girl before they're anything else. And I'm very pro-science, so I like to learn things like chromosome stuff, genetic science, things like that. I'm no expert in it, but I do like to study stuff like that. And I enjoy, the more I learn about the X chromosome and what it does and the parts that it plays, the many hats that it wears in fetal development, I'm very satisfied with everything I've read about how important it is at the very foundation of life. It's at the seat. And things can't happen unless the X chromosome comes into play and does the work. And I'm like, so like, you know, sorry for any fellows that are watching, but I'm satisfied with that because I always imagine it anyway. I was like, well, whatever, you know, girls rule. But under the microscope, I can see that. So I'm just like, well, you're not gonna argue with me now, motherfucker. Like, and I include that in a lot of things I do. So I like to learn about that, and the more I learn about it, the more I school it. I'll probably do a video on it actually, to be honest, because I need to do that. But just go over, you know, some of the science in it because it's definitely satisfying to finally see that we really are at the center, truly. And what was that stupid show? The guy with the wives, and he had the stupid stringy blonde hair, the ugly guy. What the fuck was that? The wives, whatever that guy. You know what I'm talking about. That guy. Yeah.
I barely watch TV, but yeah, I have an idea what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. He had the nerve to get on one of their talks or whatever when they were like in the studio, and he this motherfucker. And this is really how dudes think. Like, no offense, but I mean to them, but they really think this. He said, "Well, you know, a wheel isn't complete unless it has a center point or whatever it's called, a fulcrum, and the spokes. And I'm at the center, I'm the fulcrum, and all the wives are the spokes." Okay, so cool. So you've got 20 women running around you in circles like this to keep you maintained because you're important. And I don't know what would happen to him if he went into like some doctor's office and a doctor or a geneticist sat him down and said, "You do realize that you're half girl because you have to be, because you're XY, not YY." And I just want them to realize that we are at the foundation of human development. And the earth is feminine. It has cycles. It bears fruit. It gives us what we need. So long, the feminine is the same everywhere you go. Yeah, it's the same everywhere you go. You got to treat it the same wherever. If you respect it and you give it space and you let it do its thing, it'll give you everything you've ever dreamed. But you have to treat it right and treat it with respect and give it space and just let it be and just let it do what it wants to do. If you can just do that, and if they can just do that, then they'll get everything they've ever imagined and more from women / the feminine in nature and in human beings. But they don't want to do that. They'd rather see it and just say, "Well, damn it, I'll just control you." And they'd rather just micromanage us and just leave us the hell alone and let us have our space so that we can just flourish. And if you let the divine feminine just be and do her thing the way she wants to do it, everybody can benefit, and it would just be endless. It really would. But they don't. They would rather have a bunch of us just running around them in circles, just doing pirouettes, you know. And for what? Why should I be running around you when that's not how this is supposed to work at all?
I mean, there are.
I could go on like that all night, but
there are
yeah.
The precious few that actually nurture.
Yeah.
Who support it, encourage it, love it.
Yeah.
So shout out to those. I know who they are, who do the opposite of what men typically, stereotypically.
Yeah.
I'm blessed to say I know a few. One in particular, but you know, for me, it's like, you know what? You're the man, I'm the female. You have your stay, I have mine.
Yeah.
We work together as a team. We are.
That's all it is.
Here, 100%. They're not 50-50. No, 100.
Yeah.
I do my your part. I respect you. Respect me.
If they would just let us do that, this world would be remarkable. It would just be like a fantasy land. But they're not there yet, and it's just the rift that I'm seeing, especially with younger women, because younger women are really, especially the smart, pretty ones, are deciding like in mass numbers to just not get involved with men and or to not have babies and or to not date or not get married, not live with them, whatever.
Myself, yeah, they're 20 years old, fresh out of college.
Yeah.
And they've said to me, "No, I don't want blah blah." Now maybe 15 years. Their thing is, I want to work, save, travel every other weekend, go away for have a weekend getaway,
and buy their own house.
That's it.
Yeah,
exactly. Settling down, they're like, you know what? they'll say, I'm too young to even think about that. But if the time comes, it's after 10, 15 years. Because I want to see my sister, I see my niece, I see my mom, whoever, and they're struggling, and they were only 20 something when they started. Older, things are different. Then I mean, it's a multitude of things. But I see these young 18, 20-year-old girls now, they on principle, like, nope, I have a birth control pill, whatever form of hormonal pill, whatever they take to prevent pregnancy. And not even date. Just rather have, for lack of a better word.
No, you're right. And I think, and right now, there was some article I read the other day that said that at least 50% of homeowners are single women. And I think that's fine if they want to have their own house. You know, I'm in the works. I've got some of that in the works myself. You know, in the next few years here, I have every intention of having a house in my name. And that's it. And the only man I want to live with is my son anyway. I'll let him stay with me as long as he needs to. But I have every intention of setting him up, you know, with whatever he wants to do as well. So I know he's going to be all right. But there, because men right now, they're getting so mad that we have quit doing what they tell us, and instead we're doing what we want. And it's getting such a backlash that the rift between the genders is just growing more and more. And I don't know, I mean, really and truly, I don't know what that means for the future. I don't know what that means for the next generation. I don't know how this is going to look in 10 or 20 years. In the Asian countries, they're noticing that their populations are going down because women are just, you know, not fooling with them anymore.
Right.
And I don't blame them. I mean, you know, dudes are a handful no matter what country you're in. They're just, they complain that women are all the same, but we're not the killers. Unless we have mental problems, but we can't say that about dudes because it would be like half of them. So we can't sit there and start labeling mental illnesses. We just have to include it as like part of their thing that they do sometimes. And, you know, so this is real sticky, but
situation, because people want to stereotype for ABCVs, and then you have those who defy. And I love the one who defy stereotype. When it comes to men in particular, out there who do not get the credit they deserve. Because
that's true.
They're, you know, they may seem the minority, but they're not. It's just you hear about them. It's like it has to be balance. You know, you always hear about the negative female, the male. If a woman is a dark femme, she's not. She just got tired of the bullshit, and now she's taking life by the balls, so to speak. Doing things her way, whether you like with whoever you may be. And as men, you know what? I need to relax a little bit, ease up, and let A, B, and C happen, but still be a man. See how that falls, whether it's dark femme or dark men, dark male. Because we hear you hear about the dark femme, but you never hear too much about the dark masculine.
I love the dark masculine. I would like to.
You never hear about that. You think negative. As a whole, I've noticed that a lot of people mistake it for a woman who's bitter. I don't think I'm bitter. I just woke the fuck up. Through my own experience and through another person's assistance, opening my eyes. Because there's some people that I saw up and down that will never do me dirty. Bitches did. And that was But now that I realized through my own catharsis and the person involved, you know what? And he knows who he is. Thank you. Because you know what? It hurts. But again, when I start thinking about how it hurts, they're living life. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. So you know what? Come back to you. Come back to who the fuck you really are.
That's right.
I've always identified as a dark femme without realizing that. I've always liked dark things, dark aesthetics, attire, music, whatever. I just didn't understand what it was called. And as I got older, myself, psychology, therapy, I'm like, you know what? Oh, okay, I like this. Oh, that's goth. Oh, that's oh, I like goth. Like, that's who the fuck. And people, it's a face. No, the fuck, it's not. It's who I am. You didn't calm down. What was wrong with me to begin with? Nothing. I don't see things the way you do. I don't fit into that cookie cutter shaped lifestyle that you think. I'm not a age. Not that I'm knocking them, but you understand. Like, I'm not a stereotype. I'm my own. So people growing up, oh, you know, you have the attitude problem. Why?
No, just don't take any shit.
Why is that exactly? Why is my attitude a problem? if you don't like how I am, fuck off.
Yeah.
And
They couldn't micromanage you. Yeah.
it's family members.
Yeah. Yeah. You'd be,
But
yeah, it'd be your own. It'd be your own.
you know what? If you know me since day one, why?
Yeah.
Why, if you know this is who the fuck I am since day one, are you questioning it or make it seem or trying to put it into your narrative? It's negative. I am who the fuck I am.
Yeah.
I might look like a stereotype goth girl or a girl with the pale skin, black hair. Don't you want to get tanned? No. Why? Because my last time I'm a Latina? No. Have you been to the fuck? We're all over the place. For example, my example, like for so many reasons more, I could go on all night, but you know what I mean? So, you know what? I embrace truly the dark feminine. Some people would say you're a bit of the fuck. I'm not. I'm emotionally, mentally independent.
Yeah.
I like to, you know what? I'm gonna be nasty, but I'm watching, and you'll know. I mean, I'm gonna be nasty for no reason.
Yeah.
If I'm being nasty, it's for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, you know what? I don't like. And if you come for me, you better come correct. Unless I call, don't come for me if I didn't call for you. If you come out, you're gonna hear my mouth. And you may not understand. I just insulted you. I put you in your place, and you're too far out that you don't understand. That's one of the best. Oh, I love that feeling. I don't have to cuss up a storm. I have to be a New York with the F-bomb. I could just sort of have to say and keep it pushing. And my eyes say everything. My mother always said that one of my best features is my expressions. And she told me, listen, bring it down. Why?
Yeah.
She was somebody, listen, they think you're this. I don't care.
Yeah.
Come on. You know, she didn't understand. You know, may she rest in peace. She didn't understand. She meant well. She's big mommy. You know what I mean?
They're of their generation. Yeah.
She was just, I mean, for Christ's sake, I was born, I turned green. Who does that remind you of? The Wicked Witch of the West. If that,
I like that.
Going into that to me is a great definition of the dark femme. She was born different automatically.
Yeah.
Born different.
Yeah.
With abilities beyond of her understanding at first.
Yeah.
Ostracized for them. And she decided to be human, so to speak. Okay. She got bit for it. She got burned. Because the that she had was the Glenna, the Good Witch of the North. They were friends. That's what kills me. Like people, those two were friends at one point. Yeah. But because Glinda, the character, was trying to make popular, like the song goes in the Broadway show, and I'm just that's like me. I identify with that character. I really do. So even though she's fiction, to me she's based on. I can identify with her characteristics because you know what, she was different. A, B, and C. She didn't know her own ability, her own power, so to speak. And look how she's known. Yeah. But it's society and who narrative to make her negative, to make her a villain. Yeah. That song Defying Gravity. Like when I hear it, I get a little emotional because it's true. She's defying gravity. Yeah. She's like, you know, I'm gonna take my power. And I'm not taking shit from nobody. Yeah. You're with me, or you're with me, or get out of my way.
I was just going to say that you're with me or you're in my way. Yeah. And sometimes you have to adopt that mentality just to get shit done.
My real life Glenda, sad but true. What? Fuck off. And I told just like that, you know what? Thank you for your lessons, but fuck off. I'm done.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything, for the times, for the lessons you taught me. It was
yeah.
But if this is what you're choosing to do right now, fuck off. I don't need you in my life. So I have to have my own Glenda.
That's right, yeah. And you did mention something earlier that is important that I would like to touch on again for everybody, which is you mentioned that there are men out there, especially right now. I've noticed it, especially on TikTok. I do spend a lot of time on TikTok, but I learn a lot about what the 20-year-olds are up to. That's why I'm on there. But the dudes are the ones that have their heads screwed on right are really picking up on the things that are wrong right now, and they're taking time out of their day to get online publicly and correct these other men who are still fumbling. And those men, I wish the ones that are taking the time to do that and are seeing what's wrong and are trying to make things right, I wish I could get all of them in one room and just get a megaphone and just say, thank you for paying attention
Yeah.
and helping me out, just by saying what needs to be said, which is a dark masculine trait.
Mm-hmm.
And also in the dark feminine, you said something else. You were saying to put people in their place or something like that. You said something to that extent a second ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that's absolutely part of it, because the dark goddess has to crush untruths, and she has to crush things that are bullshit.
Yeah.
And when she comes around, a lot of times people will get their feelings hurt when they're
Oh yeah.
being fake or whatever, or in competition with her or things like that. And I've known women, and I never felt this way in my life. I wasn't raised to think this way or anything, but I've known women who, here and there, just every once in a while, I'll find one who comes into the room and basically looks around to other women and says, all right, who can I outdo and who do I need to worry about? And they'll size up each one. And when I come into a room full of women, all I can think is, all right, cool, we're all here together. Let's do something awesome.
Right.
Let's make magic. And it's taken me a long time to realize that other women, there's some of them that don't feel that way. And they come in the room and they're scared and they think, oh shit, who's my competition? Which one of y'all's do I have to crush?
Which is sad.
And
Sad
yeah,
to have them look
yeah, and
yourself.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Size, whatever the heck you look within your, because I have I follow a lot of IG females,
mm-hmm,
pinup, burlesque,
mm-hmm,
sex work, everybody, and I love their look. I don't.
mm-hmm.
There's not a Gatorade. They may have bigger A, B, and C. Listen,
Yeah,
you look amazing.
Yeah.
Body, those things. Nothing in their minute, because for what?
Yeah.
I mean, they don't care. I'm sure they don't care anyway. People who do are assholes like that. But I'm just, empower them, even with a compliment, because they look that way. Maybe they'll. Who knows? We will never know.
Yeah.
I don't. It's not my business, but I see them and I'm like, you know what? That is what I'm talking. Their comfort, their inner strength. However they decide to put it across, whether it's physically, whatever the case, I support it. I'm not hating, oh, well, she has bigger A, B, and C. No, man, leave them the fuck alone.
Yeah. Everybody's doing their own thing. Yeah.
All support.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And one of my favorite examples of the dark goddess in that way is the Hindu goddess Kali Ma, and she has a necklace of skulls around her neck, and it's her enemies. And I studied Hinduism kind of thoroughly years ago when my son was a baby. I was really like looking into different things, and I learned a lot about that, and I liked it a lot. And that was when I started vegetarianism, was when I was doing that. So, but another thing that she does is she crushes things that aren't working anymore, systems that aren't working, things that are just folly. And she can, a dark feminine, like an example of someone like that would be somebody in your life who is known for just saying what needs to be said. Yes. It's got to be said. We can't, most people, for fear of confrontation or whatever, they like to dance around shit. Oh, we don't want to say that. We don't want to hurt feelings. I don't want anybody arguing with me. I don't want anybody getting mad at me. Blah, blah. It's God forbid.
Real. Just because they don't care. Yeah. They don't care how you may feel. So you have to say what you got to say as well.
It's got to be, the truth can't be hidden away forever, and some people take it well and some people don't. But it doesn't matter, because you've done your job by delivering what needed to be delivered, and the message has been sent, and it's been heard, it's reverberating or whatever the fuck, and then that's it. You've done your job, and they can take it or they can leave it. Some people will go home and cry about it and say, that bitch, how dare she, blah, blah. Some people will go home and,
a woman's considered a bitch because she speaks her mind, or she's a whore because she enjoys her sexuality. Period. She's comforting her. Why is it a woman a bitch? If she speaks her mind, she takes care of things, she gets shit done, and or she's comfortable in her own body. And if she wants to display herself or to make money, why is she a whore?
Right.
The fuck is wrong? No, I disagree.
Yeah. That's just something they made up so they can shame us for whatever, for being alive.
We're comfortable in a size 2 or size 12, whatever. Who the fuck we are. Enjoy. Like, know what these assholes are saying because they're gonna keep on because you don't fit the standard. You look, you don't fit the this, you don't fit for that. So it's like,
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, my other real quick, my favorite celebrity. It was actually mentioned there. Dark femme is Madonna. Without, I mean, love her or hate her, doesn't matter. But she survived, whether you like her music or not. It's irrelevant. And I went to her recent concert. She said something that I didn't realize, which I remember her saying something, but I didn't exactly know where. When she first came from her hometown to New York City, she went through serious shit. Long story short, there's a book on it and everything. You know, but she went through a lot, and look at her now. And the fact that she's 65, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. She looks fantastic. But yet people are want to run their mouths. Oh, well, she should retire. Why? Why? Because she's 65. How many celebrities out there who are not Madonna, for example? Shout out to you, should have, okay? And they hear nothing about themselves. No one tells them nothing. But it's Madonna, who's a Leo, Clara, okay, Clara, hello, okay, love to death, and she keeps going. She keeps going because that's who she is. Whether she's Madonna or she has Madonna, whatever the case, she keeps going. Whether she has or not, she keeps going. Things, keeping herself busy, jumping around, whatever the case may be. That's her spirit. That's her spirit. Okay, I adore her spirit. I don't care if she's 75. That's her spirit. She keeps it. That's something I can identify with because I'm a certain age where people think, oh, well, you should, you're married, you have kids, you should.
Now you're too old for that. Too old.
What do you mean?
Bitch, I want to be old when I'm dead.
I'm trying to fix. Like, don't put me in your fucking box because I still like
That's
to.
right.
If you don't, or you don't no longer, good for you. Enjoy whatever you enjoy now. I'm not gonna knock it, but don't try to shit on me if I still enjoy certain things. I love the night. It's not what it used to be. It's what it is. I still like going out to a burlesque show, belly dancing show, a dinner, a bar lounge, watching a show, for example, comedy, something. I'm not that person that's take home on Saturday nights. I don't think I'll ever stop being that way. I truly enjoy the nightlife in my New York City. As much as it gets on my bloody nerves in New York City, everything else going on. But in terms of the nightlife, oh hell yeah. I love even LA, for example, I'm still gonna want to go out. I just make sure stuff is taken care of. That's it. That's it. But it's like, you know what? Stop trying to pinpoint or sugarcoat, or not sugarcoat, but pop women, period. No matter 20, 30, 40, 50. Because you know what? You might get burned. You play with fire, you're going to get burned. Especially if she knows her worth. If she knows, you know what? I'm done with A, B, and C. Bye-bye. Fuck you. Whatever it is. Married or not, whatever. I'm going to do me. I hate to say it like that, but I'm going to do and go see New York City. Because you know what? That's also dark. That's dark. The dark femme. Self-assurance, self-awareness. Whatever it is. Not necessarily goth, but dark feminine. She's, you know what? She's looking inside herself. That darkness, you see, the truth lies in darkness.
You have to go in.
You have to go. Don't be scared. Once you realize, you put the light on, so to speak. You say, oh, this is whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like,
well, once you go inside like that, really all you're meeting is yourself. And people are afraid to meet themselves because they don't know what's there. And I think they're afraid because they're afraid because they don't know what's there and they don't know how to deal with it. But I think underneath that, I think they're really afraid because they're afraid of their own potential. Because we really are, we really are spirits that go on forever. And I think as souls and as spirits and as an extension of the divine, we're so much grander than we have ever been taught. And that's scary because we don't know anything about that either. And we're so big, spiritually. And we can't navigate that because it's scary how important we are on the inside. And I think people are afraid of that as well, because people can be afraid of good things just as much as bad things. And I know I have been. And they fear that they fear their own bigness, and they don't want to get into it. And then that plus everything in the media telling us that this life is all that there is and shit like that. And all the influences in the world that are coming from the wrong direction, you know, that we really need to just kind of shut out and not listen to, is telling us, oh, well, you know, you need to be worrying about paying these bills and stuff. You better forget about spiritual stuff. You got other shit to worry about. And they've got people obsessed with what they're doing in their daily life, you know, and ignoring how big they are on the inside. And when you ignore something uh, for so long, it does get scary once you're finally faced with it. 'Cause you're like, oh shit, you know, I've been tap dancing around this for so long, and now I don't want to deal with it, you know, or like someone who needs therapy and doesn't go for so long, and then they just explode, you know, because they can't deal with it any longer. And it's just going into the darkness. It is a pain in the ass, but if you can learn to appreciate alchemy and transmutation and things like that, and maybe a little bit of magic thrown in there too, you can see the beauty in going deeper into the pain in order to get to the rock bottom, learn about yourself. And then once you do that, you're at rock bottom. The only way you can go is up.
Yep.
So all you're going to do is go up back to the surface where the light is, and then you've got understanding now. And it's a lot. I mean, it really is. It's a lot. It's everything I've said and more. There's so much that I haven't said, you know, but really you could, this is a topic that you could go on forever with, because there's so much to explore, you know, but
Understand thinking
yeah,
that is a bitter person. No, she's not.
Yeah, right. Right, yeah.
Dark femme to me is not a bitter bitch. She's someone who got fed up with A, B, and C and grabbed life by the balls and took it into her own hands. You know what?
Yeah.
Things my way, like Frank Sinatra saying, I'm doing things my way. That's it. You do with me or without me. That's it.
That's right.
And people get all kind of crazy ideas and try to put you into their box and that. No. No.
Yeah.
There's only one square, actually rectangular place I go to. That's my husband's bed, and that's it.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
That's king.
And there's people who hate you for that too.
Man.
There has to be. There's always somebody.
Yeah, I knew some girl that she had these ideas. I'm like, I don't care. And
Yeah.
You done?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you stay there.
That's right. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta leave it to it.
If you feel, and my thing is that when people do that, and I notice, and I'm like, you know what? If a person's talking about you, you're on their mind. That's their problem, not.
Yeah.
Keep it pushing.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Pushing, because if you feed into their nonsense, you're giving them your energy. Now people think that corny, that people have their own ideas about what that phrase means, but you're giving them your time. Don't let them their mouths, diarrhea, and you keep pushing, keep on yours. Let them. They stay here. You keep going there. That's it, para carajo, I like to say.
Yeah. It is over. Yeah, because you have, and I tell my women this a lot too, my clients, is if you catch yourself getting too wrapped up in what somebody else is doing or what someone else is saying, especially when they're saying it to you, you know, they're trying to harass you or whatever, or there's drama or whatever, it's easy to start pouring your energy into that, because it does piss you off, because they're crossing a boundary. So the anger that you're feeling is absolutely valid and normal. And anger usually does come from a boundary being crossed, you know, or somebody doing something to you that you believe they shouldn't do. And so that part, the anger and the emotions you feel with those things is good and it's healthy. But what I don't want people to do is to get wound up in it and swept away and work themselves into a lather over what someone else is doing, because that clown, as aggravating as they are, they're on their own journey, and there's nothing we can do about it. And we have to leave them to their own devices, like you said, and just say, okay, you know, bye. And then in the meantime, you take that energy that you have that's built up and that tension, and you put it into something that is going to help you. If you've got a big project coming up or something big coming up that you need to do or take care of or start, you take that energy and you funnel it into that new thing, that thing that's for you. And you can do that any way you want to. Or if you've been wondering lately about how you're going to get in shape, and somebody pisses you off about something, and you start getting mad, and now all of a sudden you got all this energy and your adrenaline's going and you're mad. You know what? You can go to the gym burn that off, and that's going to help you in the end. And that's so you can win. Even when someone's trying to mess you up and it pisses you off, you could still win in the end, because there's always a way to turn the situation around to where it benefits you, and you are the one who comes out the victor. And that's the mindset, essentially.
Yep.
So
Did
yeah.
you see Dark Knight just wrote? Can you see the comments?
Like negative so-called female friends who run their mouths. Yeah, and I have had that. I've had that. I've told stories about that too, because and you wouldn't believe the ones who act like they're your friend, and then finally one day they'll drop the other shoe, and you'll say, oh well shit, this is what you've been hiding. Okay, cool. I didn't know the whole damn thing was a competition for the past 3 years, or whatever. And I don't have it a lot, but every once in a while a woman who I think is my friend will do that.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can tell, like, if they'll make condescending remarks here and there, just like sprinkle it in every now and then, and you're just like, okay, maybe that's just your personality.
Yeah.
And then, but eventually they can't hold the facade forever, because being your friend is fake for them, and eventually they'll just drop the bomb, and they'll just like let it out, and word will get back to you one way or another, like it has to me in the past. And you just like, you're shocked, and then you're just like, oh well shit, all this time I thought we were cool, and come to find out you've been trying to one up me the entire time. Wow. And you learn you just have to go business like, and just say, well, that's one out. All right, cool. And it leaves a void in your life. But
yeah, it does. Yeah,
like I said, something better can come in. Yeah. So there's always, no matter what goes wrong, or no matter what feels like a downfall, or what seems like a failure of some kind, whether it's yours or someone else's, it's not, you don't, as long as you don't look at it that way, and you can look at it as, how can I benefit from this, or what good will come of this? Or look for the silver lining, whatever the fuck. That's how you're always going to come out on top. You make it work for you one way or another, no matter what it is, and you're just going to win. And
we're an average female, so to speak, for lack of a better term. They just stay stuck in their own stagnant energy because they don't know what else.
They don't know what to do.
Delving deep, and then learning, as painful as the process may be. That to me is also another definition of dark feminine. You're delving yourself. No matter how painful the layers that are being peeled back are.
Yeah.
Peeling your skin, figuratively speaking, you peel back to see your true self. Deal with it.
Yes.
It's a process, I like to say.
Yeah. And it's definitely, and it hurts, because you meet yourself a lot in this kind of lifestyle, because you catch yourself in weak moments where you're offended by something stupid, or you worrying too much about something stupid, or you're getting too emotionally involved about something stupid, or whatever. You meet your weak spots a lot, and you get to a point where you get tired of those patterns of seeing your weak spots come up, and you're like, I'm tired of feeling this way. I'm gonna sit down with myself and address this. Why is this pissing me off so much? Why is this bothering me so much? This isn't even a big deal. Why am I so mad about this? Why am I making this into something it's not? And you sit down and you ask yourself the right questions, and you just, or get a coach, or a therapist, and you just dig deep and find out what the hell is wrong with you, quote unquote wrong. I don't believe there's something wrong with people, but for lack of a better way to put it, figure out what your deal is, and just decide to not be that hard on yourself anymore, and say, you know what, I'm not going to torture myself with this. I'm going to be kinder to myself, and say, well, my energy and my time and my attention and my affection and my thoughts ought to be more valuable to me by now, that I should be able to just see some bullshit and say, nope, sorry, and just, turn my back and not invest in it because it's horseshit and whatever. I've got a bigger focus, and it's this, and peace, and that's it. But you meet yourself a lot in this, because I have moments often enough where something happens, and it'll make me mad, or I'll feel a fear coming up, from something, and I'll think, wait a minute, where is that coming from? And you just,
that's a pinpoint.
Okay, yeah.
Solve something, and wants to rear its ugly head right now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you just spend time with yourself and just be kind to yourself and ask yourself some questions. And one thing I like to have clients ask themselves is for a feeling they have or a fear, I'll say, who was the first person in your life, in your early life, that made you feel that way or made you scared of that? When was the first time you remember feeling that way? And usually they can, it's very common, mostly common, that you can trace it back to a childhood memory.
Oh
So
yeah.
there's a lot of inner child work with it and a lot of making peace with your inner child, letting the inner child come out to play, because children all live in the feminine as well, because the feminine divine is creative mode. One of the things that it is creative mode. And what that means is when you see children play, when you're not making them do something, their default is playtime. Let's play. And that's all they fucking do is play.
Yeah.
You know, you have to beg them to eat. You have to beg them to sit down and pay attention. You got to beg them to get dressed. You know, but if you're not bossing them around and telling them what to do, it's playtime 24/7. Let's go. And that's creative mode. And the feminine is creative mode because that's what the earth does. All the earth does is play. Well, shit, let's make some fucking plants. Boom. Let's make animals have babies. Boom. You know, let's make some wind. Fucking boom. And that's all it is. It's just playing with possibilities and what could happen. What could happen here? What could grow here? Fucking roses. Done. What could happen here? A fucking river cutting through the rocks, making a canyon. We go. Boom. And it's constant creation. And that's it's the feminine is let's play. Let's just play and see what we can come up with. See what kind of amazing shit we can make.
Yeah.
Let's just see what happens. You know, the Big Bang Theory, whatever the fuck. And so I forgot why I got on that topic, but
Buddy, I want to bring up. Speaking of dark masculine, I can introduce you to somebody who consider, and you may agree, who's a dark masculine.
Mm-hmm.
Dark Knight. Look at his comments.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're out there. Not many, but they're out there.
No shame.
But I will say, yeah, I will say that I do think their numbers are slowly growing. Most men don't want to fool with all that because they figure they're all right, you know, doing what they're doing already.
Yeah. No, that's not.
Yeah, and plus, and especially in America, so much has changed in the past, 50, 60, 70 years that our grandparents don't recognize anything that we do. And because so much is upside down in a lot of ways. I do have some old-fashioned mindsets like men looking out for women. And really what the masculine, the number one thing that we're asking from them is to just create a safe space.
Yes.
Physically and energetically.
Yes.
So that the feminine can just explode with creativity and love and nurturing and giving and things like that. And she'll, I saw something on TikTok earlier today. This is like the 10th fucking time I mentioned TikTok, but fuck it, whatever. I'm obsessed. But there was a video of some girl who did a pie or something. Like she was filming herself do the bacon and everything. Mm-hmm. And I suck at bacon. It is not my strong point. So I was watching this video and I liked it. It was good. And in the comments, the girls were saying, when I meet somebody, when I meet a dude I really like, if I'm crazy about him, I turn into fucking Susie Homemaker, and I'm a fucking and it's common. And it's common. If a dude can let you know that you live in a safe environment physically, and if he can tap into his power, and if he does it right, he can let you know that he can show you that you're energetically safe as well. You can be yourself. You don't have to water yourself down. You can be natural. You can give your opinion. It's not going to hurt his feelings, whether it's about him or someone else. Because I've had boyfriends who told me, my favorite thing that I've heard, one of them is that I'm too passionate. And I was told to water myself down. And I thought, that's funny, because the whole reason you're here is because I'm so much fun. But another story for another time, because they love women who are exciting and lively, because it makes them feel young. So they like all that kind of shit. But once they get you in their clutches, they want you to water down and pipe down and calm down and don't be so passionate and don't be so wild. Don't be so this and that. Why the red lipstick, blah, blah. I'm just being me, motherfucker. Like, I'm not asking you to change shit about you, and I never have, never will. But you've got the nerve to sit here and tell me, you know, that I'm too passionate and I need to calm down. And there was one time when I listened, and I did it just as an experiment, because the feminine reflects the masculine. They are supposed to lead the way in making the first move and establishing how things are going to be. And then if it's okay, the feminine will reflect that things are good. And if it's bad, the feminine is going to reflect that it's bad. And so he said that. I was like, well, you got to pipe down. You're too lively. Too lively. So I was like, too passionate. I said, all right, you want to be in charge? You want to make all the decisions? We'll do it your way, because I'm going to show you how shitty that decision is. And the next day we had to go somewhere. I forgot where the fuck we were going, but we were driving somewhere. And I didn't give my opinion. I didn't tell my funny stories. I didn't say funny stuff when I saw people like on the road. None of that. Wasn't wearing anything pretty. Put up the perfume. Didn't do that. And I just didn't talk as much. And he knew immediately something was wrong. We were in the car 5 minutes from this apartment complex right down the road, maybe a third of a mile to the interstate. That's how short of a time I was in the car with him, and he knew something was wrong. He was like, oh, is everything okay? Oh, yeah, apparently, because we're doing it your way, ninja. And I was so mad. And but I piped it down, because I'm too passionate. Because you don't want passion. Oh no, we can't have that, motherfucker. So I had watered all that shit down, because that's what he wanted. I was like, okay, well, you're the one laying down the law here. You're in charge. You're the authority figure. So we'll try it your way and see what happens. And I reflected the masculine, and I showed him what he wants looks like. Yeah. And then all of a sudden there was a fucking problem. Well, what's wrong? Are you sure nothing's wrong? No, apparently nothing's wrong, because I'm doing what you said.
Right.
So, you know, yeah, you know, they want you because you're exciting, and then as soon as they've got you and they think you're not going anywhere, they start telling you what you need to change. Okay, well, hang on, motherfucker, because the whole reason you're here is because you got swept away by me. So I'm not telling you what to do, so who the fuck are even you?
It's like everyone. It's like girlfriend.
Yeah. So I mean, it's
like before my husband. I was 18. This is before I met my husband now. Goth girlfriend right here, and he was just, wow. Okay, this is interesting. It's exciting. Whatever. Oh my God, you look like death. You look so dark. I'm like, that's because I am.
Yeah.
With this look and this vibe, now you do.
Yeah.
And that's where it starts to die out.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't
take.
you see what Dark Knight's writing real quick? Look what
maybe you should get a blow up doll. Yeah. I know, fucking TikTok. I know, man. I don't know. I get a lot of info from there, so.
I remember that. Moving forward, I'm just like, you know, no hate to this is with kids, you know, whatever, it's all good. But I look back, I'm just, that's because I am. And hey, when I watch this, it's gory. Oh God, no. But I like this.
I love movies. Yeah.
Like, it was just, I mean, he wasn't nasty or degrading, this kind of stuff. He's just, but oh my God, like really, like you look like death. My God, you're pale skin already. You already have pale skin. Why get whiter and not whiter, but you know, like more obvious dark lips, contrast. Yeah. Just because I like red lips. My mommy said I look good.
Yeah. Why not?
Once those questions started coming in, that behavior, it dissipated.
They question it instead of just letting it be. And that reminds me of another story in Hinduism. There was a movie about it that was really good. Their movies usually are good, but there was a story of the river goddess, and she married an Indian prince, and he was like begging her to get married or whatever, and she goes, all right, yeah, I'll marry you, but you got to understand something. I'm going to do things you don't understand, and you can't argue with me about it. because that's above your pay grade. As long as you can shut your mouth and let me do as I want, because there's going to be shit you don't get, and you just have to let it go and make your peace with it. Can you do that? And then, and then we'll do it. And he was like, all right, yeah, fuck it, I don't care.
I know.
Just be my
Wife. God, real quick, God,
yeah.
her husband is nothing like her.
Yeah.
She accepts her and adores
her.
And beautiful relationship. Beautiful. They left New York, the Jersey to another. Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And that's all it takes is to just, because a woman like that who wants to just be accepted and believes in personal freedom and believes in, just being allowed to be yourself, so long as you're not hurting yourself or someone else, I guess a libertarian viewpoint, if you want to say that. But someone who believes in personal freedom is going to be a woman who doesn't correct you and ask you, well, why are you doing that? No, because a lot of women will, but they're that hard on themselves too, which people like to overlook. But like somebody like me, I'm very into personal freedom and people being allowed to do what the hell they want, at least when it comes to their interests and what they want to eat and shit like that. And I've had dudes laugh at me for being vegetarian and everything. I'm just like, why?
All the time.
Have you not seen Slaughterhouse footage? Like, so whatever. Like, because I don't laugh at people about their damn diet. For what?
I'm not one of those vegans that run their mouth and looks at you while you eat. You want to eat? I don't care. Yeah.
So, but if the ones who can tune in and just appreciate the good that she could bring into your life, if you just leave her alone and just let her do it of her own accord, and give her a safe environment and say, this is how I'm going to have you live, and this is what I've created. Would you like to? Does this look okay? Would you like to come in? And she's going to say yes or no, and then once she feels good enough to do what she needs to do, and she'll do all of it. She'll do all kinds of stuff. The house will be looking good. You'll feel good when you come in. It's going to have a good atmosphere. The children are going to be happy because they've got her attention and her care. The food is going to be good. She'll look good because she feels good. Yep. She'll stand up for you when your back is turned. Everything. She'll come visit you at work and help you show off a bit, and everybody talking about you at work, like all that stuff can happen, but she just has to, it's got to be a woman who's ready for it too, because a lot of women aren't ready for the good environment because however they've grown up it was not good, and they don't know that they deserve better, and so they'll cause problems for themselves. Yeah, they'll cause problems for themselves by not accepting the good things and shit like that, and a lot of times that's the women who get laughed at for not picking the good guy, whatever. There's a few theories behind that, but mine is that she thinks she doesn't deserve it because that was me for so long, and if she believes that that's not a possibility for her, she's not going to aim that high because, why aim for something you can't have? And that's how those women are thinking deep down. It's just people don't ask them the right questions, so no one gets to the bottom of it.
I knew someone guy didn't care if the guy had someone already or was a side piece, didn't care. And it was just, why do you do that? You have no self-respect. I didn't want to sound judgmental. I had to be very careful because my intentions were pure and good intention. It was for someone I care for deeply. But why would you do that to yourself? He's not going to respect you. Oh, well, what do you? Again, I wasn't trying to tell you with their lives, but you can't build a strong foundation on a weak setting. And treat you the way you let him treat you, and he's going to leave you the same way he left A, B, and C for you. That's just, to me, that's just common fucking sense. Dark femme, etc.
It is, yeah, definitely.
So, what do you put? What is? He's only making comments. I noticed. You? Can you see it?
Well, I've proven myself how I even walk any blocks to see my love. Okay. Yeah, whoops.
Yeah, he put many.
He said a lot here. I missed it, but
good. That's dark.
Yeah. And I would like to do killing, eating, and fucking metal. And which is interesting because apparently Aquarius and Taurus don't mix. I'm a Taurus too, so I don't know. You scared all the other men away. Yeah. Oh, we probably did. Yeah. That's okay. Only the strong survive.
As I about to say, only the strong survive. That's why he's still here after so many years.
Yeah.
All right, Pumpkin. Wow. I'm thinking 30 minutes, but I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's talk. It's long overdue. It's long overdue. Fuck it. It's my channel.
That's right. That's right.
It has been a pleasure. I want to keep talking, but I gotta go work tomorrow.
Okay. No, yeah, that's right. You're an hour ahead. Yeah.
You're not in East Coast. You're Midwest, I think it was. South.
I'm in Alabama. I'm in Alabama. So I'm Central Time, so I'm an hour behind you.
Oh, okay. I forgot. Anyway, guys, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a blast. I'm so happy I got a chance to do this with Miranda.
We should do this again.
The name of Miranda, the character of The Devil Wears Prada. That lady. The whole movie's fantastic.
I love that movie.
Dark feminine.
Because
she gets it done.
That's right. That's right.
What A, B, and C thinks, that she talks the way she has, not because she's trying to be condescending, but she's in charge of something. The old magazine, whatever. She's in charge, so she has to be on point. She's not trying to be a friend.
Get
up, get shit done. You got something to say it. Keep it moving. You don't like it? Let's go. I got business. I have A, B, and C to run. That's feminine a la madre right there. So that name, I love that name. I love that character. You're amazing. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. You're amazing.
You look so
You're amazing for having me.
No, listen. I have other ones I have to make sure I have to reach out and grab because I want to interview this one, that one. Who else? Trying to there's so many people on interview. But those of you who tuned in, you know who you are. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for your time and pleasure and place. Miranda, where can they find you on your website? Drop me
they can find me on Instagram. I was on Facebook. I got off there. It was a long story, but well, not really. But my link is in my bio, so my stuff is there.
Okay.
And anybody that wants to track me down can just message me on here. I'm also on YouTube. I have a Linktree website, and I have where else am I? I'm on Snapchat. No, I fuck around on Snapchat, but yeah, pretty much they can message me wherever they find me, and all they have to do really is just Google my name, Miranda Jane Wyatt. Just Google me, and I'll come up wherever. Because I'm on a lot of things.
I love it. So, ladies and gents, it's been a pleasure. Like I said, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Those of you tuning in, thank you for joining us, Miranda. I gotta say Miranda the right way. Name. Are you Latina? I mean to ask you.
My dad's Puerto Rican.
Get out of here.
Yeah. I changed my name years ago. It's a long story, but really my family name is Quiñones. Yeah. My dad's family's from Fajardo. Yeah.
Oh, so that's your married. Was that your? Why is your married name or your chosen name?
No, I chose it because I needed to start over, and at that time I also had to make sure my son's father couldn't find us, and I changed our names.
You have to do to protect your young.
Yeah, I had to. Yeah.
You have that divine right to protect the life of you and your offspring.
Yeah, I had to. It was worth it. Things have. I guess the only real benefit, like in public, is that I don't have to teach people how to say my name anymore. But I mean, whatever. I don't care. I still like. And here lately, it's weird. I think Dad died in 2011, but he's been popping up a lot for me lately because I think about him almost every day anyway. But I've signed my name on a lot of papers lately on just on different things I'm doing, taking care of business and shit. And I find myself starting to queue and forgetting the name I paid for, the name I had to buy, and I forget Wyatt, and I'll be like, Q, whoops, turn that into a W. And I've been doing that a lot lately. I mean,
you know the reason. I can't tell you because you're at a amount of save, but you know the reason why.
Yeah, it's just it's fighting to come out. I'm like, shit, maybe I'll just say fuck it and just write Quinones and let them figure it out. I don't know, but.
All right, guys. Thank you again for joining us, for joining me, and those of you who stuck around this long. All, by the way, when I said all absolute love and adoration. I hope you found some value with this live. Once again, guys and girls and guys, If you're looking to find yourself for yourself, please reach out to Miranda. She will help you.
I
If I
got you
could
covered.
be her substitute teacher, I would. Because
Right, yeah.
I already know. And I don't have to do psychology. But sometimes you need one. You just need to have this in
Yeah,
life experience.
yeah,
That's it. All right, baby.
it's true.
Talk soon
Thank you
again.
so much.
Hopefully I'll see you at a convention in New York City.
Oh, cool.
Hopefully this one comes to you. That's where I'm at right
Mhm,
now. All
mhm.
right.
Okay.
Good night.
Thank you.
Massive
Thank you.